Hi everyone. I thought I'd make a quick little guide on how to use Zotero. And the idea is to store all your references in a manager. And that is exactly what Zotero is. Zotero is downloadable from zotero.org. So this is what you need to use Zotero to manage your references, but also to use the reference manager when you're writing your documents. So go ahead, download Zotero from zotero.org. You can find it here, big download button, super duper easy to find. Once you've done that, I also recommend, but this is more like a nice to have, create an online account so that you can synchronize your Zotero library with the cloud. Once you've synchronized it with the cloud, you can also link your libraries to researchrapid.ai, and that can help you organize your references a bit more, maybe find other references that are linked to the references you already found. So that's just a little extra nice to do. Then there's the Zotero connector. This one, again, is a nice to have, but I highly recommend it. It allows you to, while you're browsing, to literally connect your browser to Zotero. So whatever you find in your browser, you can easily add as a reference in Zotero. So I'm using Firefox here as my example. You can use whatever you need to use. There's most likely a connector for your browser as well. See here, there's for Chrome, Safari, and for Edge. And once you have that installed, it will appear as an extension. And in here, you can see that it has to be enabled, and that then needs to run alongside the Zotero application. So the Zotero application needs to be open for this connector to work. Cool, so it's all happening locally on your machine. Now let's go back to our document and actually use Zotero to write a document and also do a little bit of citation. If I want to reference NIST as is a great example of a penetration testing network because A, B, C argument, then now I would like to add my reference here. Then I'll go up to the top left here. This is LibreOffice. Microsoft Office also has the option to insert your citation. So my computer is just being a little bit slow here, but a pop-up will appear. And then we can search for standard. That's my library. It's now browsing the library. Here's some NIST cloud computing standard. It's not exactly the one I want to find because it's not in my library. So why don't we just go back, add it to the library so that we can do it correctly. So this is the document I want to add. It's the NIST, where do we have it? Up here, NIST SP 800-115, Technical Guide to Information Security Testing and Assessment. This is the guide that NIST proposed for penetration testing. And what's really nice is that they also provide a digital object identifier through digitaldoi.org. So we can copy paste this number. This is a unique number associated with this publication. Then we can go to Zotero, and I have a folder over here on the left called standards. I'll then go up here in this magic add items by identifier. I'll paste the number in, press enter, and now you see it's appearing, and soon you will see that there's also an attached PDF document over here. And now I have the full text with the citation and all of the correct settings in my citation manager. Cool. Let's go back to our document. Let's hit insert citation. Let's write NIST. Now, Technical Guide for Information Security and Testing here. Select that one, press enter, and there we have the citation. If you then need to change the preferences on how it's citing, you can change that up here. There's the IEEE, which is number-based, so that will update all the citations in your document. But in my case, I want to use a Harvard style, so there's several options for Harvard style. Let's try this one. And now, finally, I would like to also add my bibliography. So I just go here at the end of my document and put the cursor in the right place. We go up here and we can say edit or edit the bibliography. And that basically includes the correct style, the correct format, everything as you need it to be. And it's dynamic, of course. So if we want to adding another reference, can add another NIST guide, enter. You'll see that everything is updating automatically. So now that we've managed to add these academic literatures, let's also add an article. How about a website article? We go back to Zotero. What I've done is I've created a folder for websites. And because I'm super interested in touch IDs here, so let's add this Chaos Computer Club citation. So I could write something like touch ID is vulnerable to replay attacks such as shown by hackers from the CCC. And now I would like to add my citation to support my argument. So that's the CCC, add, enter. And of course, it's adding all of the details about where to find this website. And so this is the important difference between articles and websites. The articles up here, they apparently for this particular style of referencing, which is Harvard, it doesn't add you the URL or the DOI. But we can see here clearly for a web article, a website, it's also introducing the URL as well as when it was accessed. So this is a long time ago. Gives the reader a little bit of information about when this was found. If we do go back here to the article in Zotero, you can see that all the details are coming from over here on the right-hand side. In the top where it says item type, this is where you can change the number of inputs, the different types of inputs. So web pages demand different input than an article. But just make sure that you select the right item type for whatever you're wanting to add as your reference. And we can also just try to use the connector to add another website. So if we go back here to add recent hacks against whatever stuff, let's just find something, recent cyber attacks. So something about some councils, maybe later. Now this page is interesting to me in whatever I'm writing about. I would like to add this now to my plugin, using my plugin up here. So it says it's saving to websites, and it's catching the title, or it's trying to guess the title of this page. And it also takes a screenshot of the page. When we now go back to Zotero, into our websites, we'll see that it's called Plymouth City Council Boosts Cybersecurity Amid Rising Threats. But it doesn't have any author, and this is going to be an issue when we add our citation in here, in our document, using the website as reference. We go here and add this as our reference. Now, in our bibliography, we don't have the year that it was published. Sorry, we don't have the author of who wrote the article. It's just the name of the article. So you sometimes need to go over here and manually input this, especially when you import from websites like this. Here, unfortunately, I don't seem to see who the author of this particular article is. Oh, wait, here we go. Here we go. Let's put that in. And it is asking for the last name in the first cell, in the first name in the next cell. Here we go. When we then come back, this might need refreshed. Either way, it might take a minute to refresh over here. But this is how you add references, how you add citations, how you can import them through the DOI numbers, how you can manually add them, how you can use the connector, and generally how you can manage your references and you can reuse them across different projects that you're writing. I hope that's helpful, and if it is, leave a comment or let me know in our next session.